One of the cats.
Yes, just point a laser at the ground. Okay, so can I try and official governmental business my way through this?
You could try it.
I can't wait to hear what he says.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I don't get.
I mean,
what
if you
he
can't think
just
of
said
anything right
instead.
now, just
Yeah,
take
I'm
your
just
time.
kind of
No
like,
problem. If
sorry.
you're drawing a
Yeah,
blank, that's okay. Don't
I'm,
worry. But
I'm
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna.
tired.
I'm not
you
gonna
know?
go like, oh yeah, 3 hours later, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm
Trust me, it's like
that's not
it
gonna
can
work.
be hard to come up with stuff on the fly.
To be
So
fair,
instead of-
that would be hilarious if we come back 3 hours later. We're still waiting.
So instead of telling me what you're gonna say, describe to me what you're thinking you're gonna say. Are you gonna use an instrument? Are you gonna shout? Are you gonna, be imperious?
I mean,
You
I
said
think
something about
I could.
governmental function.
So I
You
think
said so.
my
Go
two
ahead.
options are like talking to them about
Mhm.
something or other, or playing music and trying to distract them. Just literally look away from the alley and such, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
But that would be quite
That would
enough.
be
With a
large.
13, people
Yeah,
would
I don't
listen to the
think.
music, but it was like, okay, somebody's
Yeah,
playing
it's not like
song.
distracting enough.
Yeah. If you had a higher, like you're,
So
I don't know, 15 or higher, we're like, wow, this guy is amazing. Oh my God, what's that music come from? But 13, they'll take notice. Oh, there's some music in a place where there's a lot of bars and pubs and,
in a 3.
no.
So
Yeah.
sad.
I mean, I got a weird idea if you want.
Sure.
Mhm.
Flash them your horns and say, I am the devil.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
Just like scare the crap out of
And
them.
then the priest in the crowd goes, "Which one?"
Okay, but all right. So I'm not trying to get myself witch hunted here, and 2, I can't teleport instantly away like you can.
Fair enough.
I literally have to just walk away. You know?
You also have
Um,
magics that could help
yeah.
you.
I don't know that I can't do it on a mass scale or anything, but
No,
I
I mean, you're not
do.
looking to just, confuse everybody, but anything could work.
Uh, I mean, what time of day is it?
It's late afternoon, close to being evening. In fact, you should be already be heading out to the docks. That's essentially, it's crowded because day workers and sailors and marines are crowding this bar. That's why it's so crowded, because people are coming off work to get drunk and something to eat,
Yeah.
etc.
Okay. Yeah, we spent a long 5 minutes in the building. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I think. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm definitely gonna try and talk to them about something or other.
Okay.
I definitely don't want to reveal my identity to a mass crowd. That
That
seems
would be
like a
bad. Yeah.
suboptimal idea. All right, we're losing time on the speed run there. So instead, how the fuck do you cover up a murder? Right? How do you cover up a murder? Right?
I think you're thinking
That
too much.
that
You just
that's
you
a
just need
that's
a
a little.
distraction. Just need a
Yeah.
distraction. That's all you need.
Yeah. I'm just gonna bullshit my way through with no, no, with governmental and like official city and citing random documents of law pertaining to the guy.
So basically, you're doing the cop thing. Or there's nothing to see here. Move along.
Yes.
Okay.
He
I'm going
violated
full
section
cop.
273, 277, 291, and he's also in violation of section 47B3.
You start shouting this to the crowd, and a lot of like, look up was like, and some of them, like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, I have no idea. What? And some of them they're looking out, and somebody's trying to get, and someone's like, what? But him, right? They're trying to get organized, right? But people are looking up. This guy shouting stuff up there. It's like, so.
Others
Your
go-
turn.
I choose punishable by death.
Layla's just gonna stealth away.
Roll a stealth.
Yeah,
Not you
shadow
can
step.
you can shadow step easily, no problem. It's getting out of the immediate area after you step out of the shadows, or
Yeah.
hide, or finding a place to hide while everybody disperses. This is important. Roll your stealth.
Well, keep in mind the shadow step is like a teleportation almost.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. But remember, if somebody else, okay, you
Sees
teleport
me.
away,
Yeah.
right? But you're still
Yeah.
carrying a body, right? So
True.
So
It's a-
either you wait for things to cool down somewhere. So nobody's gonna stop you from moving. They can't stop your teleportation. That's impossible for them, unless they have a counter spell or something, some kind of magic. They don't. That's not a problem. The issue is you're carrying somebody with you who's bloodied and mess, right? So that's gonna attract attention and smells of fish guts.
Yeah.
So either you find a place to hide for a little bit, as the people, or you walking away between alleys, stuff like that. That somebody, nobody's noticed you, and you find a place to, question this guy because you
Well-
have to do that as well.
How far is his house from where we are?
It's a few blocks. You're here. His house is about here. This one's small, right here. This one, the small house between the two large houses here.
Why not just bring him to his house and tie him to a chair?
Oh, maybe we want to get him outside of the Marine Quarter?
That too. I mean, that's going to be a little bit difficult considering I have to sneak through the Marine Quarter and through the gate to do that with a body over my shoulder. But
How
we
many
could
times
try.
Can you teleport?
If I'm wrong, but you guys did have a boat to do that with, I think.
Yeah,
boat?
there is also the whole boat thing that we might be able to get away with.
I didn't know there was a boat thing. What boat thing?
You came into the district on a boat.
We came
Yeah.
in on a boat and we're planning on
yeah.
leaving on a boat.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we can do that too.
So you do have an escape route. Important thing to remember, actually being able to escape.
But I think if we get him to his house and then change him out of his uniform, right?
And then we can like Weekend at Bernie's him through the streets.
Yeah, it's like, oh, super drunk, man. We're just.
Yes, that is indeed the boat that Hugh is fishing on.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna actually stealth to his house as best as I can then.
Okay, roll stealth
So
with a body. Yeah, with 13. Yeah. I mean, once you jump out and teleport, people they're stunned by you just disappearing, right? And they're looking
Gone.
around.
Where did he go?
Yeah, between Barakat shouting illegal nonsense on the window, and you just poofing out of the place, and appearing somewhere else. But yeah, again, they don't know where they're. You gotta. If you don't know where they're looking at to do, you have a 13, so you hide. Eventually, guards come in, they question what's going on, etc. But except for one person that claims that they recognize the guy who you would get carried away, but they're like, whatever, And by this time, Barakat has also left. I take
Yeah,
it,
I'm just dipped.
because they're just dealing with a bunch of drunks or soon to be drunk. So
yeah. Oh, we could have done that. That's like the Indiana Jones thing. He just punches the Nazi outside of the blimp. No ticket.
so there's that.
That probably was like a better move. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I get to his house without anybody really catching us.
No problem.
Is his house open?
No.
Does he have a key on
Yes, he
him?
does.
I use it to open his door.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
what happened now?
He's out like a lout. He's gonna be out for a while.
Okay.
A total of 4 hours.
Okay. Oh, good.
And when sundown comes, it's summer, so you got some time. The boat is gonna be trying to pick you up. So what are you gonna do?
So, well, I'm actually going to do what we suggested. I'm going to, if he's going to be knocked out for a while, I'm going to clean him up a little bit, obviously, wipe the blood off of his nose and whatnot, make him look presentable. I'm also going to strip him, I'm going to strip him down to his skeevies and put on plain clothing.
Okay.
I'm going to take the uniform just in case, though.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, like a quick search of the house while he's like sitting on a chair, knocked out. I guess this would be investigation to see if there's anything else I can grab that could make him look like he's going out in the town or something.
I mean, except for a change of clothing, not much really.
Are there any? I guess is there real quick then any notes or anything like that, or any gold or anything like that I could put in his pockets?
He does have a sheets of paper, and you notice a crudely made map of the coast. And it has a series of X's, 3 of them on the water, 1 of them on the shore.
I'm actually going to pocket that myself then, just in case.
It has some notes, but you don't know much about navigation, so you don't have any.
Then this is what I'm going to do. All right, one more thing. Does he have any alcohol in the house?
Yeah.
All right, I take some alcohol. I'm going to... This is going to sound silly. Can I just make him drink some while he's unconscious?
He could choke on it.
Force feed him alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
It's easy just to spray him a little bit in the face.
Would that wake him up if I spray him?
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be out for 4 hours, so.
So then I splash him with a bunch of alcohol on the face so that he's reeking of it a little bit. So that he fits the bill of being a drunkard. And then I'm going to sling him over my shoulder, like I said, Weekend at Bernie's style, and use my foot and my good arm to basically start walking him outside to the boat. I'm assuming by this point Bearcat's nearby.
Yeah. Did Lael find anything?
I did find it. There was
Besides,
that piece of paper with the X's and stuff. That's it.
okay.
I mean, if you want to search his house real quick, go right ahead. But I'm gonna move in a few seconds because we don't have time.
We might as well do a quick glance around if there's anything that might be helpful.
I'll let you do it because I have shit investigation.
I mean, I do too. So, but it's yeah.
My shit's -1.
On a cursory glance, there's going to be nothing of interest.
Yeah, no, this is a one room house, right? A little kitchen in the corner, the bed,
All right. Well, I say, Hugh, get the other side.
Oh, that's easy. They're gonna go to the pier. They know wherever they left. It's just right here. Yeah, no problem.
Hugh cannot get the other side.
Okay.
Wrong Hugh. Bearcat, get to the other side of him. Prop him up. We'll walk him together.
Who has performance between the two of you? Trained.
I do. Me.
Well, roll performance. Because you're literally gonna weekends are branding this guy.
All right. I don't know, man. But I guess we're doing it anyways. So, eat. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, that works. 17 is nice.
You just see, walking towards the boat eventually, Hugh. You see Bearcat and Lael with with what looks like a drunken, unconscious man coming to you. Yeah. And it looks like they're just, walking in like tube step together.
Getting close to the boat, knowing around the time of day and the fact that we want to be somewhat discreet, you actually wouldn't see Hugh. On the boat, there would be 2 cats.
Okay.
I am a kobold on a fishing boat. That's a memorable thing in this in most cities. Not serving on the fishing boat, but literally like chilling, talking with the people on the boat. I'm not going to go to the harbor with that.
Never question the antics that kobolds managed to do in D&D games.
So you reach the
impossible.
boat. Now there's 2 other people in the Marine Quarter that you came with. Actually no, Gar I think could have come in. So
Yeah, so it's
Kix is still.
Kix is doing his meeting and was probably going to leave afterwards, I think.
yeah.
Was invited to dinner or something.
No, I mean they're polite enough, but they have things to do. So Kix, you're out of your meeting. All this stuff has happened while you were in meetings and talking and discussing, and it seemed very interested in what you're doing over there, and even offer some polite tactical advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was incredibly pleasant. I'm glad we can have such a nice relation with Safeton. It'd be a shame if some horrible crime were to be committed in my name and ruin it. Why did I think this was a good idea? They're my friends. They can handle this, I'm sure. That little person seems trustworthy, even though we found him literally in the woods.
You found Hugh in the woods.
Technically,
you should switch
you
my
found me in the woods
around
too.
here.
We found Lael in the woods, we found Hugh in the woods, and we found me in the woods.
Yeah.
The only one not found in the woods is
And
Gar.
technically, we found you in the woods.
No,
set down
you
the,
need
dr-
to
the
know. Well, you. Oh, right. You found me in the woods, right there. Yeah.
And Captain Vance and the couple of people that are with him, they help you load Garb, I guess. It's like, should I ask what's going on here? Maybe not.
yeah. You can smell them. That should explain everything.
Right. Okay then. This little sea voyage is gonna be fine for him then.
After the guy is like set down, Barakat probably notices like this 1,000-mile stare on Lael's face.
Mhm.
Very similar to like when you first saw him when he just like walked into your camp. And you notice like he just kind of like ignores everybody for a second after he sat down. He just sits on I guess like a bench or something like that nearby on the boat and just like stays by himself for a half hour.
Yeah, they basically do row back south, which is not that far. You're on the bay, so you have to you go from here all the way to here, right? This is not scale, actually. It's more bigger than that, but yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So instead of 20 feet, 25 feet is about 250 feet, closer to that, 300 feet. And Kix, you can make your way back through the gate. They'll let you out.
Back to the gate. They don't bother me. I can walk around for a bit. I'll probably circle around to the location I know they'll probably try to end up at, which is the ship where the loan shark was at.
Yeah.
So if they show up around there, good. If they don't, I get to start worrying.
Basically, yeah. I mean, they're gonna pull up to that pier, and the ship is on that pier, among other ships. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and you were given the ship name is a Dane Rose. And actually, it's a very large ship. It seems more like a ship that's been converted into closest thing to a passenger liner, if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's lights and sounds coming out of the ship, and people coming in and out. And you see some burly. We can only be called bouncers, both two at the bottom of the gangplank, and at least 2 more at the top of the gangplank. To the upper deck, and people are moving into, and you hear the sound of ruckus, sound of laughter and whatnot. And as you approach, he's like, "Good evening, gents. What can we do for you?"
Oh, is he speaking specifically like to them or to me?
I take it that you already are come together, unless
Okay,
except
okay.
for,
So we've actually
except for
come together.
Gar,
That's what I
except for
needed to
Gar
know.
that yeah,
I
I don't know if
mean,
you call them or
Um,
something.
I actually
Oh.
have a question before we continue.
Go for it.
Yes.
How long would it be since the boat initially got to the docks to pick up them from the Marine Quarter?
About 20 minutes. You have to row
Okay.
back. It's
In
rowing.
that case,
But
I'm still a
think about-
cat.
Yeah, think about
Mhm.
rowing across San Francisco Bay, but not the entire bay, but like halfway through, right? From the
Yep.
Presidio, basically crossing on ship, if you're crossing alongside the
bridge.
bridge, right? From Presidio to say to the Alcatraz,
Got it.
which
In
will
that case,
take a while, right?
you is still
In
a
calm
cat.
waters, it's not very calm waters.
Okay. So we just have a cat following us around. That's fine.
You have
Yeah.
2 cats following you around because I can be a cat up to, I think it's my wisdom score in hours.
Yeah. So Kix will go ahead and look at them and go, "We have some official business with your boss. He'll be happy to see us."
And one of the guys steps forward, gives, kind of looks under and sees, the Garvik is like, "All right, I've been waiting for this one. Just a moment."
All right.
And he calls someone else, gives the message. Oh, it takes about a couple of minutes. And about 2 more burly men, come down the plank and they basically, "If you excuse me, gents,"
Of course.
and they basically hoist them, right? And when they hoist him up, he's still like, and they carry him up. You're gonna follow him, or are you gonna leave it to me?
I'm following them.
Or
Okay.
we're gonna
I'm going
sit in
to.
on this one.
We all have our business with them.
Yeah.
Retcon, Hugh would have dropped cat before we got here because I only have an hour. That's half of my druid level.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And you go downstairs. Basically, this is a floating casino, right? It's the first deck under the ship is, people are playing games, cards, knuckles, dicing games, that sort of thing. And then underneath that is the offices, which would be the cargo hold. Really, would be the offices where, the moneylender runs his business. And he says, finally, get to see the mighty Gorvok. Come down to my little office. Put him up there. And there's the large seat. And the 2 guards are standing there with, hands on their weapons. And the moneylender pulls a little bottle, dark bottle, and pops it, puts it under the nose of Garvik, like, and when he bolts, 2 heavy hands, come down his shoulders, like, whoop, and pull him back in the chair again. Like, this little beauty always comes handy. Now, he leans back and is like, "Oh, Garvik, it's been quite a while." And when he's still kind of waking up, but when he hears the voice, his eyes go like, "What?" Like, Stefan, it's been a while." "Indeed it has, my friend. You owe me some coin." "Well, yeah, I've been working on try to get back to you as soon as possible." "Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Had to get some help for you to pay me. Have a little talk with you. Here you are." Well, he starts babbling. It's like, kind of a, "Spare me. You have the money or not?" "Well, that's the thing is like, I was gonna go and get the Crescent Hawk and find it and get the cargo and just get your money back, but they didn't arrive. So I've been looking for her." Oh, you've been looking for her. Where can she be?" And he sort of makes a motion, like, to the 2 men who are still clap his hands on their shoulders, like, "Could I?" And he goes like, and he fidgets in for one of his pockets. It's like, right. Oh. Well, shit.
Rip.
Well, I can explain. I mean, I was gonna get the thing with, like, Garvog. Come on. You can't fool me. Now, you all see this because you're there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anybody gonna say anything?
I need to look at something because I might.
Right. I suppose I may as well say, this is the ship that we've been warned was coming in with all the cult stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, this is
Yeah.
the shit,
Yeah. So I'll like slowly cross my arms at Garvog and go, Garvog, you know full well what's on that ship is almost certainly not any kind of payment. In fact, I believe maybe our friend here would love to understand why you happen to be stalling when you have no intention of paying. What exactly is on the ship? What is coming?
Well, just it's like from south. It's a lot of money. It's gold and everything. It's like it's very important. That's
Now-
why I've been working hard to get a crew together so we can go and find it. And I had some of the locations I was looking at. And it's like, but something happened. That's maybe
Are you aware of the nature of what's on this ship? This is me asking out of question because if it was brought up, it was in a session that I wasn't here.
Okay. I think Gar explained it to everybody. At least what he suspected that was in the ship.
What was the suspicion?
Someone was on that ship.
Someone on that ship who was connected to the Ebon Triad, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, that changes things then, because Q would very politely put a hand up because he knows he's in a room of people who appreciate manners.
Oh, yes, you. Please speak up.
Well, if suspicions are correct, you should really inform the room of the truth, because if things get bad, people can't protect themselves from what may happen if things actually follow through.
And you see Stefan goes like, oh, our little lizard friend is saying some very big words here, Garvog. I don't like what I'm hearing.
Oh no.
Chaotic good. That's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
like this is why I needed to confirm, because it was going to go the direction of protecting this guy to give him a fair chance to defend himself. But with that additional knowledge that I would have, nope.
So, what is it exactly that's a ship? People want to know. I mean, you get your money, I'm sure, if I could. And he keeps, looking for the papers, like, it's like, he's looking for the papers he had on it. Like, who brought me here? They must have it. They must have grabbed it. They must have. No. Tell them to show you the papers. I'll explain everything when they have it.
Is that the paper? Is that the paper with the X's and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
The documents that he had on him, which probably were the ones that were in the trunk in the.
Did anybody actually look at those, or was I just holding on to them the entire time?
You may have just been holding on to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a lot of movement, not a lot of researching.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, do you have anything to offer in Garvog's defense? Or is he trying to bullshit me here?
Kix, what do you want me to do? I'm assuming you know.
I'm just looking at you because I don't actually know if you have anything or not. Kix is literally playing kite right now. It's like, huh?
All right. Well, I pull out this piece of paper and I said, I guess he's referring to this.
And he kind of looks over his shoulder as you put in the paper, because the room is not that large, right? So he tries to grab it, and like they just clap on him. Like, he's a beefy guy, but he's
on.
He's in a terrible position.
And Stephen just sort of like ever so gently grabs the paper, and it's like, oh, what do we have here? A very crude map. I wonder these annotations. Let's see if he knows what the annotations are. Yeah, figured it out. Is he a man of the sea, such as they are?
I mean, he's on a boat. He could be.
My first jump is geography check, but that's not this system.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's like,
Yeah, make a
oh,
geography check.
well, these are very, very well annotated. Very annotated indeed, Garvog. So let me guess. Just give me a moment.
I'm betting treasure map,
I was
mean,
thinking.
but of course not actual treasure map, just like a treasure map of evil. It's the same difference, right?
Treasure map evil?
Yeah.
So he knows. It's like, oh, so this is where you were trying to find your little ship, isn't it? Yeah. So you find it. The money's there. I pay you back. That's why I needed the money to. But you said originally that it was to finance the trip here, not to do a recovery mission, a salvage, if you will. I was like, well, I mean, it hasn't arrived, and you heard about the storm that hit a couple of weeks ago, so I suspected that it's just they hit the storm, it's sunk, it's well, it could be ashore. I'm just checking. It doesn't have to be underwater. Hopefully.
I have a question. Because I've done this multiple times, and it would be somewhat in the regular pattern for Hugh. Were we in the area of this general area a couple weeks back when this when this storm came in?
Yeah, but you were quite inland, so you probably just got a little bit of rain.
That's perfectly fine. Druidcraft predicts the weather.
Yeah.
You
Druidcraft.
probably
So,
where it's
Yeah, you can.
extrapolated to.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
so does the date make sense with what he's saying?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So let me guess. You paid to bring the cargo of the ship here with my money, and it hit a storm, which happens. I kind of understand. It happens. And you've been so kind to prepare to get the cargo so you could pay me. Is that correct? Yeah, that's exactly right. I didn't mean to cheat you anything, right? All right then. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mount a little expedition of our own. We're gonna find this ship. And in lieu of me depriving you of your life, I'm gonna keep you here until we find this. And if we find anything valuable enough for you to pay me back, I will spare your miserable existence. Otherwise, well, what's a charming phrase? You'll be sleeping with the fishes. He gulps loudly.
More merciful
Yeah.
than I imagine authorities might be if they discover what truly is afoot. You have such a wonderful offer in front of you, Garvog.
And
Foolish not to take it.
when you say that, I think he tries to bluff his way so he doesn't show. Yeah, he sort of he's still nervous but tries to sort of hide his face. He's not. Yeah, he doesn't barely notice he's anything. But Stefan noticed. He gives you a glance but doesn't say anything.
Q is going to get a piece of parchment or paper off of somebody because I don't think he carries it with him.
No, it's expensive.
You can probably
paper,
reach into kicks his side bag and just pull out some paper.
And I am going to write down the Ebony Triad, fold it up, and hand it to the leader individual.
Ooh. And over at him.
I mean, he looks at it like, but he doesn't say anything. He just folds the paper.
Yep.
Thank you, little one.
Also, if there is a requirement to deal with the movement abilities of this individual, because it seems like he plans to hurt a lot of people, I would be uniquely qualified to deal with that problem.
Oh no, we got plenty of rope, and we have facilities for people with late payments.
I suppose I should have expected nothing less.
Boys. And they bring someone else. They bring like thick rope and they just, tie his hands, tie him last. Like they literally sort of, and again, he's a big guy, just lift him up. It's like, so, gentlemen, you have done me a great favor. But I suspect the little one has given me some information, well, possible information, which I will investigate later. But perhaps you're interested in following these clues?
Ah, you're reading my mind. We do yet have business to conclude on this, and it would be a shame to leave it out at sea for someone else to find.
I could go on a bigger boat.
I
You're on a
like
boat
the
right
way.
now.
Well, not this one. This one is a place of business, so I
Yes.
usually don't take it out too much. It would be a very expensive loss to, say, a storm, for example, Hawaii, other things. But I do have facilities for a ship for just this occasion. However, while its crew is very good at fishing stuff out of the bottom of the ocean, they're not so good at fighting off pirates, orcs or the like. Perhaps you
Then-
would be interested in sharing your abilities therein, so that's perhaps we can both profit.
It's such an odd coincidence. You're in need of some of our skills in fighting them, and you're in possession of enough crew and boat to get us there. I think, in fact, we do have a good deal.
I like it. Good deals. I like. I would do this since you are taking a lot. You will be taking a lot of the risk, such as they go underwater, actually deal with whatever is in there. But I'm providing the means to get to and from it and retrieve anything that is there. 50-50 split on whatever we find.
I am willing to make that. However, I do have one addendum to that split. If there is something of critical importance to our own investigation, or perhaps to the safety of others, it's essential it be ours, regardless of split.
Well, let's put it this way. I take priority on any money, jewels, trinkets that can be easily sold, etc., and anything else that, say, magics of the like, which I don't trade in magic. It's very dangerous, difficult
Of course.
to get rid of. Oh, that will be entirely yours.
Very well then. I don't see any problem with this, and I'll look around to everyone else just to see how the room's feeling too.
I have no attachment, so I'm fine.
I actually have a request that may be additional on top of that. As you can see, I'm a bit of a what's the term? Interesting case.
Oh, don't worry about it. My crew will get instructions. They will not bother you in any way.
Oh,
As long as
no,
you don't
that's
bother.
not what I'm worried about. This is a big city, and we're trying to build up where we are. And if there's any sort of interesting cases that aren't bad, that aren't too deep into the things that are wrong, I think they should be given an opportunity to get out of where their trouble may be.
That's an interesting offer. I do have some other few deep bits that could get it. You know what, little one? I'm going to consider that. I don't have an answer for you right away, but that's an interesting idea.
Because,
I
know that bad stuff happens wherever you go, but sometimes good people get stuck in bad stuff because of situation. And I just want to give them a way out of it.
Like I said, that's a very interesting idea, which I'm appreciating more and more the way I think about it. Again, I don't have an immediate answer for you now, one little one, but soon enough, I suppose. Okay. If I hear of anyone who needs to relocate post haste, we'll let you know.
If it's okay with Kix, of course, because Kix
will give you the nod.
Kix gets the final word.
Of course. So, Baron, we have a deal.
That we do. And I'll go ahead and I'll reach out to shake his hand.
He does. Essentially, he's going to provide a ship. The dull moment. The ship is a mid-sized ship, crew about 10 to 15. What's important is it has a diving bell, which essentially is designed to be lowered and, has a crane on it, has a bar, and where you can pick up boxes and stuff like that. And it also has a space of air, which someone can manipulate the thing inside the bell.
Right.
So if you're going to bring boxes or anything like that, that can be it. The diving bell has, depending on how many people, up to 4 hours of air, or 1 hour air, less 1 hour per person, mid-sized creature therein. It can fit about 4 people pretty tightly, right? And that can do that. Of course, if anything's going to happen, it's just a bell, right? It's literally a bell, right?
Right. No one is going to take a hammer to this giant iron and or brass object and break it underwater. That's just simply not happening.
But it also doesn't maneuver or anything like that, and it would have to be guided into position to,
Yeah. So I think this goes to the plotting and scheming part of the operation where we get Gar in on it. Gar is perfectly good. Gar even has a whole bunch of soldiers which could go down there and have infinite breath. It's great. It's wonderful. It works out. Hugh, great thinking, by the way. I like what you did. But also, you can undoubtedly transform into some sort of fish.
Not yet. I've tried.
Oh, dolphin?
So
shark.
I think like right now I'm limited to more land stuff.
Aquatic otter.
Yeah, it's I don't know what that is.
You've never seen the river otters over by Narwhal.
Oh, those guys. I just didn't know what they were called. Yeah, they're fun to play with. Can't do it yet.
Oh, Kix is tapping his foot and goes,
if something can climb, I'm good.
Now,
and if something is just like a beast, it's good. But I can't do any water stuff.
I think otter would be a beast.
The way that the map is described, it's almost like an L, like 3 locations along the coast, and then 1 on land, on the beach. So none of them require a ship.
Right.
You can...
But probably easier for us to go around.
It is south of Safeton, and Safeton literally is on the border. So if you go by land, you're in Orc territory.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do. Let's Orc territory, everybody. Let's go.
Oh God.
Yeah,
And
right now it's looking like it's just Gar, unless we have other alternative underwater means right now. I don't think there's a bard spell, and we have a monk.
So if it's just looking, I can turn into something that is very small because I keep my perception.
Right.
So I have that covered, but I'm 2 levels away from anything with a swim speed.
Now, there is also an apothecary in town. They may have some solutions for you.
Oh.
Not cheap, but actually points you down as like...
There's also permanent magic items to think about, too, as an option.
Hugh actually has reason to go to the apothecary.
So that's one place we can hit up.
Buy a whole bunch of herbs and incense. Because he can have a familiar.
Oh, you're going to summon.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can summon one, too, yeah. I need to actually hit up Gar about that sometime.
I mean, I will
do it next break.
I mean, just tell me what to do. I'll be involved somehow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, depending the ship is probably going to be the greater priority, and we can spend a lot of time waiting and recovering and doing dives as normal. It ultimately depends on how many of us may or may not need to actually actively be underneath dealing with the problem, which we don't know yet. So it's preparatory, is what we're doing.
So does anybody need anything? Because I have money, but apparently I have a lot of it, and I don't know what to do with it. So I was just going to go buy a whole bunch of herbs so I can summon another cat. But And then I was gonna buy sailing clothes because like I have my regular clothes and I have fine clothes and I have my fancy clothes, but I don't have sailing clothes.
Why am I just picturing you in a sailor's outfit now?
Speaking of clothes, I think just to clarify, I think 5th edition armor only gives you a penalty on stealth.
Well, depends. It depends.
I think in this case, I would totally
swimming-
accept you saying, "Oh, he's got to step up."
The
Well, first of all, in
It's also
swimming,
casting depending on the armor.
yeah, it's not so much the
So-
armor, is that anything that you do underwater that if you don't have a swimming speed or the right weapon,
Mhm.
you're at least at disadvantage.
Right.
So,
Thankfully, I do have some sharp objects for underwater, so that'll work. I have
so
javelins.
I think it has to be javelins, spears, daggers, and crossbows. Those are the weapons you can use underwater. Anything else, you have disadvantage.
And then as far as armor, how would you like to do it? I assume wearing heavy chainmail will probably mean I don't get to swim.
Yeah, basically anything that is medium armor or heavier will drag you to the bottom.
All right. I will be sure to buy some studded leather for this trip. And then also, I guess, yeah, while we're at the apothecary, let's price check the potions.
Quick question: does unarmed fist punching or
It's a light weapon, so you don't have it. You don't have disadvantage.
you're fine.
okay? Just checking. Okay.
You can punch a shark in the nose, no problem.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
I can't wait now.
I'm completely useless underwater, so
Funny enough, Hugh isn't, because depending on the animal, he can still do something. And I produce magical fire with my produce flame cantrip, so I can throw fire while underwater.
Which will be funny for sure. So lessons. What are we gonna price check those breathing potions at?
Oh, it's an uncommon. It's actually uncommon, so it's not that expensive.
it's a consumable.
It's a consumable.
Generally
Which
make it
is
like
more
half the
concerning,
price,
yeah.
right?
Which consumable would drop the price.
Yes.
Yeah.
It halves the price.
You might
generally.
just cover the entire cost, including him buying sailing clothes and the incense. And
I don't
slash
think you
herbs.
really like need sailing clothes, so I think your regular clothes work just fine.
But
no,
he'll be so adorable.
they're not sailing clothes. I'm on the ocean. I'm sailing. I need to get a hat.
Okay. Uncommon are the
well,
price is
a
up
hat
to 500 gold pieces.
Mhm.
But it's a consumable, and because you are working with Stefan,
And we're in a place where they would regularly sell this.
yeah, you can get them each for about 200.
Okay.
Um,
That's not horrible.
so Hugh would be willing to cover one of those potions, 50 gold worth of incense and herbs, as well as 10 gold to buy the best sailing outfit with a hat.
So what style are you going for with your sailing outfit?
Okay,
Classic-
what
classic-
armor are you using? Because yeah, according to
Studded.
the suggestion, it would be the same armors that have disadvantage of stealth. So let's
I
look
have-
at the armor.
I think so. I have studded leather.
Yeah, that's
Same.
light armor. No light armor has any disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
So let me rattle off the ones that do, because I saw them right now. That would be scale mail, half plate, and all of the heavy armors. So if you have medium armor, you have hide, chain shirt, or breastplate, you should be fine.
Yeah. So I'll get the chain shirt because that's actually a little bit better than chain shirt, which is 13 plus dex, putting me at 12 when underwater.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and basically, you get disadvantage on swimming. Swimming, it's all. Oh, it doesn't matter. I say disadvantage to any skills, movement, and stuff like that on top of it, because if you don't have a swim speed, you already have disadvantage no matter what.
Yeah.
It's water is considered to be a difficult terrain.
Okay.
So that has nothing to do with armor.
All right. So I'm dropping all my money on this. I now have a chain shirt for the swimming part and a potion of water breathing. So now, if absolutely necessary, I can do what I need to do. Gar is, of course, our optimum underwater expert here. And I definitely trust Gar to be able to handle this incredibly well, honestly. And honestly, any of us could go swimming. Like, who's actually a good swimmer around here? Show of hands. Show of hands. Anyone good at swimming?
I'm gonna say
athletics.
Yeah, athletics. This is the athletics portion.
He was like, I'm about average.
Okay, that's good. And Lael, you actually work out.
I don't know how coordinated I would actually be as I look over at my stub.
You can use your legs. It's fine. It's based on strength, and you said you had like 18, so you're good.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? I thought it was the reverse.
No. I fucked up the roll from before.
Oh, okay. So I misheard that earlier. All right, you don't have 18 strength.
Was an 18. His strength is like 12 or something.
Yeah, my strength is only 12.
But
the
roll
so
was
not
18.
Him. And Barracat, you're definitely a swimmer, right?
No. God.
I do have 2 cats, though.
I come from a land of deserts.
That actually explains things perfectly. Thank you, Barracat. That's all I needed to know.
Yep, Hugh now has a cat on each shoulder. One of them is spectral.
Okay.
I'm at a 0. So.
As am I.
Drop the anchor.
All right, for game's sake, I have a 1 in my athletics. Just forewarning.
Okay.
We're the best sailors ever.
So the most of us underwater, sans potion, will be Gar, first of all, me, and Hugh. And Hugh's cats. You two are to stay on the ship at all costs.
Once we are done buying what we buy, when we get to the ship, are they still loading the ship?
Yeah.
I imagine it'll take them some time to actually be ready to go on an extended journey here.
In that case, Hugh is being super excited, wants to leave as soon as possible. So he's like, "Oh wait, hold on, I can help you guys." As he'll run over excitedly and be like, and turn into an ox.
Sure.
And then he'll just start just pulling stuff up onto the ship.
Kix will come aboard. He's just kind of dressed in normal clothes, not even his fancy ones this time, and not even his armor. And he has a straw hat.
Of course
he made it himself.
Big folk hero hours.
Hey, we don't have to do anything about this ship. All we have to do is just be here and wait for danger to happen. It's the easiest time I'll ever have.
Yeah, Shanks definitely gave it to you.
And the only real problematic thing here is we'll have to wear Aqua's familiar when we hit the water.
Yep, same here. If you need the supplies, I got them.
The only slightly problematic part would be making sure Gar has enough space for all of his soldiers.
Yeah, the ship is designed to have a large cargo hold for whatever it is that they're going to haul off. So,
and if we see pirates, we can just put them on the deck.
I mean, Kix, you can wear your heavy armor while on the ship. It's just if you fall overboard, it gets real bad for you.
Well, it's also the first day we're sailing out. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'm going to enjoy the deck and a bit of sun now. Going to that Church of the Sun really had me appreciating it a bit more.
So eventually, it takes a couple of days. You check the first marker, nothing. You'll find a wreck. A second marker, no. And the third, you see the water is very clear, and you do find a wreck. However, it's about 100 or so feet down, and apparently, because you can see through the clear water, well, you see shapes. You're not very sure what they are. So this is the wreck as it is, and you see, look like as you're descending, you can position yourself however you want here. The wreck has been, the when it hit the bottom, it crashed, and you see these large figures, including these large fish, swimming about,
Hey,
and they don't seem to be very happy to see you.
Right.
So
How many
as you're
people can fit in the crane thing?
up to 4, but for every medium-sized creature that exists, it reduces the timing by 1 hour. So total
Except by
one
half an
person
hour?
4 hour.
4 people 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah. One person
Oh.
4 hours. More than one person every other person would be an hour less.
That's fine because we can just go back up after a bit, I think. Especially given that we're trying to clear the area first for the rest of this.
Mhm.
Well, we can
So,
punch a shark
where
if
is
he
the
wants.
diving bell going to be? Like, which orientation on the map?
Around here, it's a clear space, so that doesn't.
Like, in the center. Cool. So I'll place myself down here. And I'm just going to mark off where it is so that we... Oh, hey, there you go. Perfect.
Mhm.
So Gygax is going to go down first with everyone. Make sure that he can do this. Gar, I assume you're going to go down.
Yeah, he jumps. He
Yeah,
can swim.
Gar just jumps.
I'm not
He just
exactly sure how
overboards
the
his entire
skeletons are
army, I
getting
think.
out.
Now, the thing about it is that visibility here, while the water is relatively clear, the potion doesn't give you magic goggles, so your eyes
Right.
sting a bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Right
you
now,
have
I'm not
any
drinking the
range
potion.
attacks beyond
Disadvantage.
say 30 or 40 feet will have disadvantage.
Okay.
If you're ready or using a weapon that is not a crossbow, actually, do bows work on the waters? Let me see.
No,
Work
bowstrings
on
kind
the
of stop
water.
working when they're
Yeah.
lit. Oh, disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the critical part.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me
Underwater
back
armor.
myself.
Yeah. When an adventurous pursuit, when making a melee weapon attack creature that doesn't have a swinging speed, either natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. Mentioned that before. A ranged weapon attack automatically misses the target beyond the weapon's normal range. Bow has 180, so that's not a problem. Even against a target with normal range, attack roll has disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, including a spear, trident, or dart. Creatures and objects that are fully immersed in water have resistance to fire damage. So the spell would work, but for
100%.
So let's get this party started.
I have a really good idea if it'll work.
You see a very large four-armed fishman of some sort, and it says something, and then you see these large fishes and other fishermen on the deck react to it. So they're gonna fight.
So these fish also reacted to what he said.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that messes with
the-
what I was potentially gonna do.
Are the sharks allied with them then? Or are they just chilling?
It seems
Well-
like they're allied.
They seem to be moving in your direction, so
Alright, great. That's not good.
I think I might go out on a limb and try something that might change that fact.
Okay. What are the chances I can, enemies abound one of the dudes?
I'm going to try and persuade a shark that it would be really tasty to eat the four-armed guy.
They might. We'll see how in the Sharks Inn are on this.
Because I can speak with them.
Yeah.
Let's start with the initiative for these guys.